There wasn't any real skepticism about did they get the right guys. I mean, it just fit the template for Robeson County.
There was a single-minded decision made very early on that Larry was the good guy, Daniel was the bad guy, and Larry's going to testify against Daniel.
They were paraded into the courthouse for the cameras, and that never happens. Never happened before, never happened since. And that was Sheriff Stone. He played to the media.
They're surrounded by law enforcement. That just tells you the number of people who wanted to be involved in this case and wanted to be a part of it. It also tells you that there was real concern that somebody was going to try and kill them. That's the outrage that someone would do something that would hurt Michael Jordan.
This isn't about Michael Jordan. This isn't about his fame. This is about a man who was convicted of killing someone, and there are clear problems with the case. There was corruption going on in this department. There was concerns about how evidence had been reported, questions about the politics of the county at the time. There are so many urban legends that were born out of this case. Daniel Green, he has had this version of his story all along.
Daniel, anything you want to say to the Jordan family?
I didn't kill him. That's all I have to say.
Michael Jordan.
Daniel Green has never wavered.
All right, everybody, that was crazy, right? I'm working on the next part of that. Next part of that video. That's a small video at the end of that one. What's everybody doing, man? What's going on? We got one more video. Hold on, I'm trying to get it to come up. This one here is the sheriff. Once he catches the guys, it takes a minute for it to load up. And I'm waiting on Easy. Easy's supposed to be showing up. Me and him's gonna stream a couple of these videos. But in the meantime, if anybody wants to come up and talk, man, feel free. What's up, Tommy V?
In North Carolina, 2 men have been arraigned on charges of first-degree murder in the killing of James Jordan. The 18-year-old suspects, Larry DeMary and Daniel Green, are also charged with armed robbery and conspiracy to commit armed robbery. Their next court appearance is scheduled for September 3rd. DeMary and Green are being held without bond.
Well, I will not say that we have a confession. I don't use that word, but I will give you that we do have statements from both defendants.
What about the gun? You have a murder weapon.
We do not have the gun in our possession at this time. We're still working on that to recover the gun.
Investigators say Jordan was shot dead napping in his car by a highway near Lumberton, North Carolina.
And that's the crazy part. They had the gun. When he said he didn't have the gun, they supposedly had it. They supposedly found the gun in a shop vac inside of Daniel's house. And that's the crazy part. He said that they never found the gun, but That was how they got the arraignment set forth, was the murder weapon. And I don't know, like I said, there's a lot of stuff about that case that just don't add up. See if I can't play that last one. See, I'm waiting on Easy to come up. He said he was still tired. I don't know. He might still be napping on us. This is the first video of the coroner, which I think he was full of crap. And that's with some of the first videos I did with Jimmy Earl Cummings and Edward Zapotowski, when they both was killed, the coroner did one of the weirdest things. I mean, I don't know how common that is anywhere. They did what they call an inquest. So instead of a trial, they have a mock trial with the coroner being the expert witness, as well as the deciding factor on whether charges would be brought against a person. It's called a coroner's inquest, and I'm not sure in Zapotowski's case. I'm pretty sure he had I know he had a lot of family that loved him, so I don't see why they wouldn't have wanted to show up. But with Jimmy Earl Cummings' case, I know his mama, which I got a video of that, where his mom wanted to go to the inquest, but they hid the date till they had already done it, and then they told her about it. And it's wild. I know I went back and looked at one of my videos where I was talking about Zapotowski, and there's one element of that murder I left out was the fact that I told that Zapotowski and the sheriff's deputy had a feud over a woman, and then I told about the news footage about it. But the part I missed was when they interviewed the guy. They interviewed it was a black guy. He was a black guy from Wilmington, and that was one of Edward Zapotowski's running mates. And the story he told was Zapotowski had contracted a hit on Hubert Stone's son, Kevin Stone, because of something he did as far as in the drug game. But where I misspoke was he didn't have a feud with Stone over a woman. He actually had a feud with the deputy that shot and killed him. He had a feud with her. And I ain't gonna say his first name, but his last name was Hunt. He was a deputy, and like I say, it's easy for people to look up. I mean, you Google those three names: Hunt, Edward Zapotowski, murder, Robertson County. It'll pop up. But he had a feud with that deputy over a woman, and that just happened to be the guy that shot him. But they basically had no warrant. The deputy that shot him chased him in a car, and he went up to his house and got out of the car and ran to his house. And in the process of him running into his house, the deputy shot him in the back. And nobody made a call. Like, when they initially pull over a vehicle, no call was ever made for him to do that. It was like and he couldn't the deputy he couldn't justify why he was pulling Zapotowski over at the time. Now later on, it was a suspected drug deal that he witnessed and all this other type of stuff. But at the moment when it happened, he couldn't justify why he pulled him over. But the dude that supposedly supposedly was going to do the hit for Zabatoski ended up going to the sheriff, and he ended up well, he didn't testify. He ended up doing an interview, and like I said, it was on well, it's not local news, but it was in Raleigh, the ABC Channel 11, and he did an interview on there, and he told the story that he got $10,000 from Zabatoski to kill Kevin Stone, and then he double crossed Zabatoski and went to Hubert Stone, and Hubert Stone paid him double. So that's one of the stories. But here's the other video.
James Jordan was found shot to death here on August 3rd and floating in a creek just 50 yards from the border of North and South Carolina.
Today it is with regret that I advise you that a body located in Bennettsville, South Carolina has been positively identified as the body of Mr. James Jordan.
The only thing we know is that the cause of death was a single gunshot wound to the chest that severed the aorta.
Elder Jordan was last seen alive July 22nd in North Carolina. His partially stripped car was found there in a wooded area near Fayetteville August 5th, but not identified as his until a week later. A television news report of the car's discovery was the catalyst that allowed the Marlboro County, South Carolina coroner to piece together the fact that the body was James Jordan. The fact that the body was found miles from the car and in another state has led the FBI, which has joined the investigation, to presume kidnapping was involved.
We're looking into simply the kidnapping of James Jordan and the circumstances surrounding his death.
James Jordan's absence had not been reported by the Jordan family, and because no missing persons report was on file in either North or South Carolina, the coroner ordered the body cremated on August 6th.
The problem that I was faced with was what to do with the remains once the autopsy was performed. I do not regret the decision, would make the same decision again.
You see that part, right? And Tommy V just posted a comment there talking about the dinner. He what they did, they cremated him, but they tore off his jawbone. That's how they tore off his jawbone, but that's not what identified him. That's what positively identified him. The first identifier is they chopped off his hands. They cut off his hands before they cremated him, and they used his fingerprints. And James Jordan had been arrested for, it was some kind of fraud, because he was still working. I mean, when Michael Jordan won his first championship, James Jordan was still working at a factory, and somehow Mr. Jordan, here we go, I'm about to come up. Yo.
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? I like that. But yeah, when the way they identified him was through his fingerprints, their initial identification. Like when they said, "Oh shit, this is James Jordan." Well, they had, like I said, they had cut off his hands and fingerprinted him, and like I say, I think it was in 90 or 91. That was Jordan's first championship when they played against Magic and the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And James Jordan was still working then.
Yeah.
And he was working in like he wasn't working. He was doing like a clerical type work in a factory. He was like in the office, but he got caught for embezzling money. Mm-hmm. And that's how they had his fingerprint.
Wait a minute. So okay, well, I know Wikipedia is bullshit sometimes, but it says they couldn't identify him, so they had to cremate him, and then they
yeah. That part's right.
Okay.
What they did was, like I said, they cut that. Like I said, they cut his hands off. They cut his hands off, and they removed his jaw. And then they cremated the body. Like the clothes, there's a big thing coming with the clothes. I got the next story's going to involve the clothes, where he was dumped at. You know what I mean? I don't want to give that stuff away, but
that's fine.
stuff that I already talked about. I'll go ahead and tell you, but that was part of it. They cut off his hands at the wrist, and they for some, I don't know what they did, but they preserved him. But once they found that car and that coroner, he had a suspicion before, you know. That's why I say it seemed, you know what I mean? It seemed funny because he had a suspicion before anybody ever asked him about the body that he had. He went ahead and fingerprinted, and back then fingerprints took a long time. It was like maybe a week into it when they figured out that was him, and then they sent for the dental records in Chicago because he had like a full, full bridge work done on both sides. So it was easy identifying with the dental records, but they had already, that was a positive identification. They had already identified him through his fingerprint.
I don't know. I just thought, I mean, that was 1993.
Yeah.
But fingerprint identification has already been around for years, right?
Yeah, it had been around for a long time, but it just that database wasn't up. That database didn't go up till like after 99.
Okay. And
so
then
if you got arrested for something serious before 99 and you were in a lazy part of town, you know what I mean? Then you probably don't have a record anymore.
What about that lack of storage space that the coroner was talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't doubt that part, but some of the stuff was just, like I say, Rudy, and why the hell would you do that? Because like I said, they took his clothes off, right?
Yeah.
You know, they took that, they put his clothes inside of a bag and buried the clothes behind the building. Like buried them, just went outside and dug a hole and just threw them in the hole and buried them. Like what kind of, what kind of process is that as far as securing evidence? You know what I mean? Buried in a hole.
I mean, just for anyone, for just someone's like the dignity of the body, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if it would have been my father or your father, exactly my point. Exactly. What's up, brother? What's up?
There you go.
Ain't shit. Waking up from a fucking nap, bro.
Facts, but no facts.
nah, straight facts. Oh man.
James,
I woke up. Yeah, James called me, and I still felt. I was like, I'm give me a little more time.
Yeah, I told myself I gotta take a shower, and then I took a shower and ate a little something.
James, how long was there, like, not the manhunt, but when Michael Jordan, I guess, reported him missing, how many days was it until they finally found him?
Well, see, that's the key to it. Nobody ever reported him missing. That's the craziest thing. He went back home. I see where he said he was going to play golf, but that's a lie. He was supposed to go back and play golf. He came down. It was somebody he had graduated, It's somebody he had went to school with died.
Right.
And he came to Wilmington. He was a part of the funeral, right? He was like one of the pallbearers or something.
Right.
So he came back to Wilmington to go to the funeral during the day, right? Because most funerals is like 3 o'clock. Well, he went back to the family's house and hung out with them till like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the evening. That's when he took off from Wilmington to come back to Charlotte. So he had only been driving a little over an hour when he pulled over. So it was about, that's where the timeline's so funny. Yeah. He pulled over an hour and a half into a almost 4-hour drive. And like I say, he's from Wilmington, He knows where Robertson County didn't just jump up into the news, and you know what I'm saying, during that time and become famous. Everybody in this part of the country knows not to stop where he stopped.
Yeah.
And the place he stopped at was like one of the shadiest places he could have went to. You know what I mean? Because I mean, he could have just drove like literally
a mile, 2, 3.
Well, not even no, like 2,000 more feet, and he would have been at a actual hotel. Where he parked at, or where everybody agrees that he parked at,
right?
Was in a it was like years, and I don't even remember it being open, but it was like a store, and it was beside, like I said, it was beside of this seedy motel, man. And I mean, the only people that stayed in the motel was either selling drugs or doing drugs. That was the whole motel. It was like it was like one of those wide open spots. My bad, Easy. I didn't know you had fell out. My bad, brother.
It's all right, brother. I'm still waking up, so I'll probably knock myself out. I'll go look out the window. They're having a cookout, and two police cars rolling by them, looking mad slow.
They looking at you?
No, not me. They looking at somebody else. I just woke up to see who's outside.
Oh, you just looking at them. You watching them do this. Okay.
Yeah, 2 police cars just rolled by. I'm like, what y'all cooking? And bum ass niggas is probably hungry.
Yeah,
oh, shit, I just woke.
James, so what was Michael Jordan's dad driving to? Once he left Wilmington, what was he driving back to?
You broke up there for a second. He was doing what now?
So after Michael Jordan's dad went to that funeral in Wilmington, and he was driving back. Where was he driving back to? Back to Chicago?
He was going to Charlotte. He was going to take a flight from Charlotte, and he was going to fly back to Chicago because that next day, him, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, like the who's who that hung around with Michael Jordan, was having a golf tournament for charity.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He never made it. He never made it there, right? Yeah. He never made it there. And like 3 days later, his 57th birthday came and passed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, but and I mean, Michael Jordan's not his only child. He's got, I think, 2 other sons and a daughter.
Yeah, he got Larry, and I forget the name of the other guy.
And nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody said, "Hey, where's Dad?" You know what I'm saying?
You know, Dad was born in Wallace, so not too far either.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He knew where Robertson County was at.
Mm-hmm.
Fellow boy, that's facts, no facts.
Facts, no facts. Who's that? Who we got there? There's Jose. There's Trent. There's Scottish. Who else we got? I don't know who else is in here. Nobody ain't saying nothing.
Trip. Scotty.
Ripple.
Y'all all welcome to jump on the panel. Y'all all been up here before. Rosie, Jose Rosario.
Rosario.
But yeah, there's a few things about James Jordan that's funny. And you know, I'm not one to assassinate nobody's character. I mean, he had to be some kind of stand-up man just for Michael Jordan to make it where he was at. Right. So
hold on. I didn't mean to ask you, what did they find? Was it off the interstate or one of those, not necessarily a back road, was it a city road or town road or
find what?
When they found
the car or the body.
Well, I mean, I guess the car was stolen, but when they connected the dots or whatever, where did James Jordan fall asleep at? Off the interstate?
Oh yeah. So you've been through have you ever like noticed on the way up, like when you hit Wilmington going down 95, have you ever like paid any attention to it or no?
I mean, it's been a few years, but just paint the picture. Let me see if I remember.
Because like when you come up, there's a massive interchange before you get into Wilmington. And it's like I said, it's Highway 74. And 74 will take you from the coast to the mountain, right? It's a straight shot from basically from Wilmington to Charlotte, but it goes past Charlotte, right?
All right, like going to Asheville or Henderson or the Western North Carolina.
Yeah, Boone.
Okay, that's all the way up there. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it'll take you. It goes from east to west, so it crosses It crosses 95 like a T. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's that exact point is where he changed over. He crossed over 95 on 74 and took the immediate right as he crossed over.
I got it.
And see those?
There's no interstate that connects Lumberton to Charlotte. Okay, I see.
Well, yeah, it's 74.
But I mean, it's not an interstate. It's, I guess, a whatever road.
It's a highway. It's a North Carolina highway. Yeah. But like it's pretty big. But see now they got a bypass now where it would go through Robeson County. It was only 2 lanes. Everywhere else it's 4 lanes. But where it came through Robeson County was only 2 lanes, and they just built an interchange like around. It's around Robeson County. You know what I'm saying? Like where it stops 4 lanes, they made an interchange there and drove it all the way around, and it comes back like in Scotland County, and it goes into 4 lanes again.
Yeah, last time I drove up there, it was like years ago, but we had to go to Jacksonville, so we had to go up to like through Lumberton, then Fayetteville, and then we had to take that like whatever back road into Jacksonville.
Yeah, you get to that back.
I know what you're talking about. It goes through Wallace. That road you're talking about goes through Wallace. If you went from Fayetteville to Jacksonville, that's it'll go through Elizabethtown, White Oak, Wallace,
Glen, Warsaw, all those little rinky-dink.
Yeah, Warsaw. Yeah.
Rose Hill, right.
Yeah, that's a god awful stretch of road to ride too, boy.
How many more parts you got to go for the series?
What's that?
How many more parts are you gonna do for the series?
For this one, that's just gonna be another part of this. But I got like one. I got at least 2 more. They say it'd probably be 4 more parts.
Okay.
And then I got something like from today, from like the past 2 years.
I'll be right back. Let me go get me some coffee.
Go ahead, man. We're Gucci. Yeah, so it's like I mean, I can tell you what it is. The next one will be like where the cops get locked up. A lot of them get locked up. Like they put like almost 20 cops on trial here. It's called Operation Tarnish Badge.
That's like the whole force.
Well, I mean, it was the sheriff's department. I think like right now we probably got 60. We got like 60 sheriffs. Maybe at the height we probably had 100, like at the most.
Where you're at, are you city or city police or sheriffs?
Well, man, I'm inside of a city here, but man, these town cops they could they could give a damn because the way it works here is a hierarchy. Like the sheriffs don't make as much money as a town cop does, but there's a whole lot fewer town cops. You get what I'm saying? So, like in my town, they might be, I think there's 7 cops, but they make probably 5,000-10,000 more than the sheriff's deputies do. And then, I mean, we got all kind of law enforcement. Like right here in this part of the world, there's SBI, which is the State Bureau of Investigation. We got what they call ALE. It's some kind of alcohol. It's some kind of alcohol task force. I don't know what the hell it is.
Like
we
a
got
ATF, maybe.
Yeah, but it's its own thing. It's ALE. Then we got ICE. ICE is everywhere here. DEA's here.
Give me that acronym again. AME or ALE?
ALE.
Okay, okay. No, ICE is everywhere because I know that area. I mean, everywhere in the U.S., but it's a lot of migrant population.
Well, the whole up north of this county, like that's where all the migrants is at, like Parkton, Red Springs. Right. That's where all they got there's a trailer park up there in Red Springs. It's across the road from my brother. Literally 1,000 trailers, like mobile home trailers.
Yeah.
And nothing but migrants. That's all that lived there.
That's funny how they call it ale, like a beer, like a pale ale or whatever.
Yeah. And it's some kind of alcohol. What is it? I ain't never really paid.
Yep, Alcoholic Beverage Control, Lottery, and Tobacco Law. So they enforce alcohol, lottery, and tobacco.
Yeah, they bother people at stores. Yeah. They like pull up to a store and see it. They got tinted windows, so they pull up to a store and watch to see if the store on IDs and see, you know what I mean? IDs the people for the purchase.
Okay, I get it.
But we do have ATF too, but they're only here for guns.
Yeah, like my car.
Right?
What is that? That's a gun cut.
Yeah, boss.
And then, you know, we got the FBI running around too.
What's the FBI?
And the FBI here, that's going to be my last story in this series. The FBI is here for that. It's we got a serial killer that's killing women. And from my count, I've been counting a lot longer than when people started counting. So I'm up to about 50 women being killed.
Oh, there was a recent murder over here, and the shit feels like it smells fishy.
But they found this one chick, man. She you know, like you ever seen the pain patches?
It's
the patch, the fentanyl patch.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You stick if you got pain, you'll stick the patch to you instead of taking fentanyl. You stick the patch to you, right?
Keep that shit away from me.
They found this chick. She was in a ditch, and it was like she was digging a hole because all her fingernails was tore off, and there was dirt on their fingernails, and she had 2 of them patches inside of her mouth, like she had been chewing them up. But she had been beat up and stuff too. But they said it was just a natural death. You know what I'm saying? But I knew this girl. And it was like where I lived at the time. It was maybe half a mile from me. But see, the thing about it is, like a month later, she had a roommate, and I'll tell you what they was doing. They was prostitutes, but they was like. They only prostituted for like pills, but I wouldn't say they was prostitute. They was clean, you know what I'm saying? They was normal girls, but they did that just for pills, right?
Right.
And I knew both of them, but the one that came up missing later, I knew her real good. I knew her before she had got on them pills like that. And she went missing for like nobody, because her parents was dead. Nobody really looked for her. But they lived in an apartment together, these 2 girls. And when they finally found her, she was inside of a drainage pipe. They found her like, maybe a month later after the other girl. But see, she went missing after they found the other girl murdered, right? Mm-hmm. But they got some crazy ones, man. The big one that set everything off was they found one girl in a house, and they was there interviewing it. Like all the news were there, and they was there interviewing people that was standing around, and they happened to interview this one girl, and they were friends. The one that they found murdered and the one they interviewed, they were friends. And the girl said something funny on the interview, like it had something to do with the police. Mm. And the next day, they find this girl chopped up in pieces inside of a garbage bag, inside of a trash can, like 100 feet from where they found the other chick.
Just because she said what she said.
Yeah, and she said it on TV.
I feel like the police had something to do with it. Oh, we gonna kill her.
Well, but see, that's what I'm telling you. There's 2 different ones. There's one that likes young girls, and then there's one that does it to old women, dude. Like where I live at in this town, there's like 6 old women that's been raped and murdered. They found this one woman, she was 80 years old, handicapped. And when they found her, she had signs of having sex. And they called it a natural death. Like, who's going there having sex with this old woman, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
I'm just trying to understand that fentanyl patch. So it's something that you put on your skin and your skin absorbs it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's crazy.
Oh, Trap. I think I know what you're talking about. They're talking about Dr. Dave. He got a picture out there right now that when he was younger, he got rape charges.
But they were saying Cuz had drug charges. Fraud of the troll.
No, not for the troll. Dr. Dave, somebody posted this shit earlier. It's in 11 days though. I don't know why they're doing it, but they put side by side his young picture and his now picture with the white beard, and they show that he got rape charges.
Oh shit! Well, I'm not gonna dox anyone, but okay. I clicked on it. Trip.
I'm gonna look at it too right now just to double check.
Way back in what 2007, 6.
What Scott is talking about?
Yeah, that's a serious.
I don't know why y'all can't see my emoji. Is my emoji on your screen?
I see it. The news is blue.
It's not showing on my TV.
Oh,
yeah, I'm trying to. I'm gonna do me a fitty cap. That's why I had to change it because the fitty caps they didn't have that teal. They only had the sky blue, so I had to go and rearrange my. I had to rearrange my logo.
Real good merch person.
What you think about that though?
They was talking about that shit or what you was talking about?
Yeah.
That shit is outrageous because like just because she spoke up, nigga, you chopping her up, and this is back in the day, so you know shit is crazier. So
well, no, this was in 2017 when I was just telling you about the girl getting chopped up. That was 2017. Like it was a big thing. It was on CNN. It was on Inside Edition. All kind of different news agencies.
5 years ago.
Yeah, and like them wasn't only two. They was like, as they said, they was 7 people connected to them that's missing. And say what we found out during that time. That's one thing that got me into watching these cops here.
Shoot. I want to post it. I don't know if y'all want to dox him, but I want to post it. This is James. Tommy, who's in here with us?
Yeah, Tommy, James, and you.
Yeah.
Tommy, you seeing it, right?
Yep, it's like 7 pages.
Yeah, and that's his name too, right? If I'm right.
I can't confirm that, but seems like it.
Oh shit! Wait till this other guy. He's gonna do it, but I ain't gonna dox him. It's alright. He made 1 video. He made 2 videos on me. I could OD right now, but I'll do it on my channel. I'll do it on my.
Make sure you got all the facts first. But
yeah.
This is pretty damning though.
It's pretty damn confidence to me. It looks pretty right.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that there. If anything, James StreamYard. I'm going back to James StreamYard. I'm clicking it again. I'm not playing. Yeah, that shit, y'all trap. Good shit. I seen the picture earlier. I wasn't. Let me see if I can show it on my phone. It would be funny.
But yeah, that
y'all can go check it out.
What I found out about the 2017, I found out that all murders is supposed to be tracked. They like whatever agency reports them, they supposed to send that all the the age, race, and all that to the FBI for the FBI to track it.
Over the stats.
I can't see it.
What the hell? Oh shit! Who's dropping that?
Ordered them in 11 days though.
Oh,
10 days.
Yeah.
He need to drop it in a couple hours. Stop playing.
He's trying to build up whatever anticipation or
But
whatever.
that's too long of a wait. In my opinion, that's too long of a wait.
They got easy high with that one.
I think they were trolling out of them too, or
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's good at what he does. I like his work. I've been paying attention to his work. After I peeped who he was, I'm like, oh, let me go check that out fast. I like his constitutional work and reads and everything. He reads it out to you. Like, take your time, check out that page and learn some shit.
No, he's very thorough. Some of it's just pretty long, so I don't have the patience for it. But when I do stick around, it's very informative, very thorough. He knows the shit.
I walk around. I can't sit there and watch the whole show. Listen to him a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's reading it out to you. So it's like you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
The word. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. It's fine. Oh man,
he's gonna drop that before 10 days.
He has to. That shit is. I'm gonna write it. You have to.
Well, he might be trying to get him to. He might be trying to get him to do something. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking that too. Like
trying to draw him out to do something.
Right. Not blackmail, but maybe like get off my back or retract whatever you said about me. I don't know.
Or jump and do something drastic, and then he post it. You know?
Yeah, he probably gonna hit up an email mad fast. Oh, you're trying to dox me. I'm gonna get my orders.
Like I say, he might just be wanting to see what his reaction's going to be to it. And then
now for that, I got to go to Dr. Dave's page to see if he has a kind of reaction to this.
I wonder how YouTube's gonna react to that though. Like, that's pretty serious. Well,
exactly.
It's not an allegation because there's court papers to prove it, but.
That's what I'm saying. What's the difference between that? What's the difference between that and they reporting on Donald Trump?
All right, not much. Zero.
I mean, it ain't doxing Donald Trump when they show his. You know what I'm saying? They show his court papers, right?
Right. Yeah. That's the president.
Or R. Kelly, or you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's a regular person. They don't work for the government, right?
Nah, he's on Chili's ass right now in his community post. Last prayer, yeah, he's on Chili. He's on Chili's dick, bro.
Man, he's easy though. That's the thing. Get somebody hard. You know what I mean? Why you go? That guy at the Chili, like I say, that people like that almost make me like Chili.
Hey, brother, AKA Anthony Lopez. No, that's sucker. That's the last thing he said. He's talking about Goat Boy. He hate Goat Boy too.
Yeah, people like that, they make me almost like Chili.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing I like about him. I like how it goes. He goes and jumps in their face. I like when he does that.
Yeah, he's got some good content.
You can't tell me to do shit.
But he is annoying as shit. Right?
He goes a little hard though. He goes a little hard. Chili goes a little hard.
Yeah, but I mean, I can enjoy that. You get what I'm saying? I can enjoy it, but
I be laughing.
It's all that. Yeah, he does too. That's what kind of. You know what I mean? That kind of pushes me away from it.
I support all, and you know why? Because it's one community. If we don't like them, you're gonna learn something from them, though.
Oh, but that's the thing. I'm not going to jump in his chat and say, "Oh, you stupid," blah blah blah. You'll never see me do that. You'll never see me do that. I cannot like you, or you know what I'm saying, or think you do something dumb, or you know. See, that's why I say that stuff like that make me like him even more. You get what I'm saying? Because one thing about the dude, he's unapologetically who he is, right? That's you know what I mean. He's annoying as shit to me, just like Arthur in America. Arthur in America, he's annoying as hell to me. I can't watch his
partner. You know his partner. What happened to his partner? Like they used to be two of them, always two of them. And now
I'm willing to wager them guys had a falling out for some reason.
Oh, yeah, real news, fake
fake Mike, real news.
Yeah, fake Mike, real news. The white
there was a nice little group of them there at one time. There's like 5 or 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
See what he's saying about Chili. I feel.
Let me see.
See what he's saying about Chili.
I can't stomach Chili. I think he's a yeah, I see it.
But who doesn't?
He probably complained about anybody. Chili don't play that. At least he knows a lot of law, how to get his shit deducted and all this bullshit. He's on a lawsuit. I think he's actually suing Dave right now. Yeah, big lawsuit against Chili and Dave right now.
I don't know how far that stuff like that goes.
I'm right. It's on Father of the Trolls page. Hold on.
I do like Fake Mike Real News. He was pretty cool. I could deal with him a whole lot better than I could do with Enrique.
And Selmo.
But I mean, like I say, he still does his work though. I mean, he does it. He does it in a way that I wouldn't do it, but it's free speech, right?
He's exercising his freedom the way he wants.
It's free speech.
So, right. Yeah, some of his stuff I kind of cringe at sometimes, but there's some other stuff that's pretty legit. Sometimes when he's got it going on, he's good, but then sometimes it's like, oh man, like you just want to, go like just strangle his ass.
And you're right. When he's on now. You're right about that. When he's on. But
yeah, he's from down here outside of Orlando, from Kissimmee. So he actually did a post office a mile away from me. I was like, oh man.
But like I say, I don't hate on him. I don't hate the dude. You know what I'm saying? I just when sometimes he picks at people that I don't think he should pick at. That's my beef with him. You know what I'm saying? Like the government people have at it.
Ready?
I feel this is my personal opinion. I feel like
James,
we shouldn't push the public away from us. That's my feeling.
I see it easy.
Yeah, I see it too. I saw it early on the dude last night. Yeah, I saw it on here. Yeah, that's who that is, right? That was the dude from last night. Yeah.
Yeah, he said I pay $100, but my service is bad. Yeah, last night. What y'all feel about that? What y'all feel about that guy? Tell me I wasn't up there when he was talking. Tell me how y'all opinion.
I wanted to go up and say something, but I knew y'all had it. Y'all had it controlled. I wanted to say something to him, but I didn't. Y'all already had one rookie up there talking that didn't need to be talking.
You could drop your opinion on what you wanted to say.
Oh yeah. I know that, but I'm just saying y'all had more than enough up there to handle him. Shit, I thought you handled him pretty good myself.
I asked him one legit question. I was like, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Why don't you go out and record a frauditor in person? Stop using the videos. Go out there and do your own video.
That's the thing. I mean,
look, question. He said, I don't have the time. But yet you have the time to sit down in front of a computer and do all that editing, all that muting, and all that bullshit. It's the same amount of time where you could just go and make a real fucking film about somebody and be a bootlicker auditor.
I can't tell if he's a big fat dude, but I could tell whether that's his wife or his lover or whatever that is in the background. I could tell they were a big fat person.
Oh yeah, you could tell. She got a bigger dick than Cassie said.
And like I said, I mean, I could see why he needs all them channels and all them views. They got to eat. He's got to feed everybody in the house. So, no wonder his internet sucks. He had to pay for groceries before he paid for the internet. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, I thought y'all handled him pretty good, man. I knew that was what he was trying to. Y'all did a good job at that. Yeah, he was trying to steer the conversation in a way that he could make content out of it, and I don't think you guys really allowed him to do that.
You got your answer. He said, "Joey, would you like no?" But why? He said no. You don't know no.
You know why he wanted. You know why he wanted Joey, right? Because he thinks Joey's stupid. That's what it is.
Yeah, Joey said no. It's like a bitch. When a bitch says no, you can't touch. Don't ask no more. No is no.
Yeah. What about consent? Because that's their big thing. People don't consent to being on camera. People don't. What about when he takes and Chop Show's videos up? He don't consent to it.
That's why he's so mad. Everybody exposed him right now. Oh, that's not me. That's not me. Fuck out of here. That's you, Papa. We all know that's you. Niggas locked you in, bro. Know your address. Niggas know everything. That shit was out before it was out.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, there's certain people I don't like, you know, and there's one dude that I don't care for, but I ain't going, you know what I'm saying, bashing. That's Long Island. I really don't care for Long Island myself. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I like how he handles himself. He's sort of like a good guy. You know,
I mean, listen, his work's good. I can't say nothing bad about his work. You get what I'm saying? That ain't my beef with him. It's a whole nother thing. But
when he supports the supporters when they at his cause, for his cause, you know, like the 2 times there he was there. I don't see him talk about his supporters in the chat. He don't acknowledge nobody. He don't do nothing. He just live streams, come with his lawyer, come with his guest, and he ignores everybody. He doesn't talk to the people. He doesn't ask the people the questions that people want to answer during the panel. You know, he don't show no type of love to them, but yet, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like he's self-serving. That's my complaint, really.
That's my opinion. It's just an opinion.
And then, you know, like I say, I might still watch a video here and there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I never watch no more of his stuff. But
yeah, support them.
I don't jump up and go cut on the TV and try to find him. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot more stuff.
If it pops up, I'll take a peek. If I like what's going on today, I'll be all right. Let's watch this. Let's watch this shit. Oh shit!
I'll say, I mean, if something happened to him, I wouldn't be cheering. I wouldn't be laughing about it.
You know, each frauder is dedicated to one auditor, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, well, this is my hypothesis, right? This is my hypothesis on that. I think that each one of these frauditor troll people at one time followed these auditors, and somehow or another got mad at them for maybe not answering their message or did something or said something they didn't like, and they ended up becoming against them. And that's how they know so much, because they follow them.
That's a good
You understand
point.
what I'm saying? That's my opinion on
Facts, baby.
It's like the fanboys.
Right. Fanboy turned against them.
Yo, it's like if right now, right, I'm an auditor. How y'all feel about those auditors that do like the switch? I was talking about it the other day too. Niggas doing the 360 on niggas.
Yeah, like Big West, that Big West dude. But see, I think now here's another hot take. I think people like Frauditor Troll, they watch so much of our stuff, right, in this community, that they actually believe what we believe, but they're too far in to change what they're saying. They'll lose their audience, and that money is, you know what I'm saying? It's more important to them than the truth now.
Yeah. I think with that Big West guy, I saw a couple of his early videos, and he was getting dragged through the mud big time. So I don't know if maybe he got to a point where he's like, forget this, let me join the dark side, because I'm getting bashed by all these people. I don't know, it's just because everyone's like, oh, you should have done this or should have done that, and he just kept making the same, I don't know if the same mistake, but kept doing the same shit all over again, where he finally just said, you know what, screw this, let me go to the dark side then, and because I'm getting bashed by by everybody. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and he saw an opportunity, right?
We don't hate cops, man. I got cops that says I'm a fan. I sit there and talk to them. Y'all really watch my videos. I got a cop that said I'm a fan. And he been saying it for a while. He wanted my autograph, all that.
Yeah, man, we don't hate cops, but this comment right here, I beg to differ, Trent, because this what you're watching right now was a result of that. What you're watching us right now is a result of that, because I come across Easy and Kaz from a panel we did because of this panel. You remember that? Easy?
Yeah, because after GGA did StreamYard and I read it was StreamYard, that's when I realized we could all do this shit. So I jumped on in, then I taught Kaz. Like I told you earlier, I taught Kaz after. And Kaz probably taught Eli because Eli and Kaz talks. So him and Mini-Me. And then we taught Brooklyn. So now everybody got a live stream panel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's how all y'all got together too, was through that panel. Because like I say, that's the first time I came across you and Kaz, right? And y'all got on there, y'all chopped it up with Eli, and good guy and all that. You get what I'm saying? So that this big movement we got going here kind of came out of that. If you really think about it, I mean, y'all would have ended up meeting each other regardless.
Yeah,
but
there's other people I still want to meet in the city, and I've been reaching out to them. I've been reaching out. So I'm trying to link with everybody and anybody, because you don't know who's going to be better, who's going to be this, who's going to blast, and I support them all. So I just and it's a New York thing. So show love to my New York people, and then we go meet up other people and shit like that. Like Eli, he wants to travel to 50 states. I mean, he want to go meet other people and shit. He want to do a huge music video, he said, with all the auditors and shit like that. So he want to do a big thing. Got a little project going. So shout out to Eli on that one.
I'm not saying you weren't watching them before that, Trent. I'm talking about as far as us clicking up. Everybody clicking up like that was a result of that, because everybody jumped on that StreamYard together that day.
Yeah.
It was GGA. GGA had the StreamYard, and like I said, that's with Kaz, Easy, Eli, everybody, Brooke, and all of them jumped on that live stream together. That was probably the first time some of y'all had talked to each other, right?
No.
Or face to face.
No, I think we met each other before that.
I mean, yeah, maybe y'all have, but I mean, it seemed like
Well, I gotta look at.
I don't think Brooke can have met Kaz and all that. I don't think I don't know. Maybe they had. But I know.
Look at that cast. Where we did the Unite. With Eli took a picture of everybody.
Yeah, but see that live stream before that was about
actually that's the first time I met Eli, and is when they did that shit over there by the what is that? The library, the pool area, wherever that shit was, Riverside.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That was about a month before that when GGA had the live stream, right?
I could check it out right now. I could check both of them shit out.
Yeah, that was about a month before or 2 weeks before or something like that, because I know, let me think, because the first time the three guys, Eli and Brooklyn and GGA, the first time they ran up was when Eli got arrested at the library, right? That's when they first met up.
That's when Plaga ran up over there.
No, before that, when they first got together.
It was at that Harlem Park, that Riverfront Park.
Yeah, but before that, they was all at the precinct where Eli got arrested at the library, and GGA had got arrested before that, Martin Luther King Day, right, at the same precinct. So GGA and Brooklyn show up at the precinct, and then Eli shows up, right? That was the timeline. Yeah. So, but the live stream was before that. The live stream I'm talking with the whole LIA thing. That was before that.
I think that was it that Erie County that set it up, and James Freeman went on, and San Joaquin, and
no, it was Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation had set it up.
Oh, okay, Rogue. Okay, so Rogue.
Yeah.
Because I remember that they, I felt kind of bad in a way for Long Island, because Bay Area and San Joaquin were. I don't really.
And that's my thing. Yeah, that's my point. I was with him. I was with him up until that point. Like I say, I was with him. I said, well, he's gonna come. He's gonna prove everybody wrong.
Right. He came after me and Brooklyn got locked up in the precinct. After me and Brooklyn, after us two got locked up, and Sam Marquis did my video, that's when he wanted to come to New York.
Yeah, but that's what it was about. That's what the live stream was about. They was ragging on him about that. They was telling him that, hey, there's people in your state getting locked up for this, and you're not there.
Well, I think they're also ragging on Long Island, because apparently Long Island said something about.
Well, Bay Area was. Bay Area didn't like it.
Not Long Island. You're right. Sorry, Bay Area and SJBT were saying something about Long Island. If he was white or whatever, he would have better, I don't know, treatment.
Well, the thing he was saying was he would make the statement of who else does this? You know what I'm saying? Like who else do you know that goes in here and does this and does that? And to be honest with you, when he went and got locked up at the precinct, if you watch that live stream,
GGA streamed that a month ago. That's what it says. Streamed 1 month ago, and then we checked when we leaked up. But that's impossible. That was like 3 months.
Yeah, it was before. It was before. I know it was before.
Yeah, right.
Because the way I know is I wasn't a member of Brooklyn. Brooklyn didn't have members yet. When he went to the park where all y'all met, he had members. Well, no, he didn't.
Now,
He didn't have members then. He didn't have members then. Well, I know for a fact I wasn't following Kaz. I followed Kaz off that stream, right?
I was following Kaz.
I followed you and Kaz off that stream, so I was already following y'all when y'all went to the park.
Well, I can't tell exactly when was what, but it was both a month ago.
Yeah, because I didn't know about you guys until then. Until that stream, I followed y'all. Right, you know, while we was doing that stream, I followed y'all.
I was supporting Brooklyn from the start. I was supporting Kaz from the start.
Yeah, actually, I started supporting Cass because he started spamming one of Eli's premieres, and I started throwing his link, and I think he had like maybe 400 or 500 subs at that time. So then I started following Cass then, and then once you guys all met up at that River Park thing, that's when I ended up subscribing to Brooklyn. I think he had about maybe 8,000 or so subs, and also you, Easy, at that same day. And
well, see, when you were talking about when he was spamming that was right after that stream. When he was spamming Eli's chat.
Okay, then
that was right there. That was right after that stream.
Yeah,
and he went up to like 600. He went up to like 600, and then all of a sudden he went over the top. Because when he was like at 400 or 500, that's when I subbed to him.
Yeah,
my boy, I was watching it for the beginning. I saw his first video and all that. On his third video, I was like, "Yo, we need to link up."
Yeah, at first I thought he was annoying. I'm like, man, who is this guy? But then I'm like, all right, let me just put his shit out there. You know, he's persistent. He's trying to, just trying to get out there, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, at first I didn't have a good feeling about him initially.
Yeah, yeah. When you first watched them first couple, but that's what I did. I let it rock. I put it on there and hit play off and played all through his stuff. And ended up liking him. You know what I'm saying?
When I first watched him, I was like, damn, this is how I started. I was wilding like this too. Damn. No, he needs to relax. He's wilding though. He's wilding. Oh, look at this nigga. He said, yo, we need a link. He act just like me. Sure, we need a link. I'm like, yeah, now let me hit him up. With my email, start commenting and shit. And then eventually he linked up.
What he's saying there, it kind of makes sense, Trip, but he just said he said something slick about Eli. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like he was
like he's better.
Yes. Like his style superior to everybody else.
Watch when he come to the Bronx, he gonna do a static video. He ain't gonna go live. He don't want.
See, this is the thing. That's another thing. I knew for a fact, he wasn't gonna go nowhere with Brooklyn because Brooklyn does nothing but lie.
He's the opposite.
You get what I'm saying? So big people do not like to go with people that do that. I'm telling you, like people that takes time, like a week to do their video. They're not. Some of them will, but most of them won't.
Like me, I used to like
one that will. Rogue Nation will. Rogue Nation will go with anybody anywhere if he thinks. You know what I'm saying? And you go live, you can do it. He's gonna put out his videos at the same pace. And I saw somebody that was making fun of Brooklyn, and this is the beef I got with him. And it was before him and Brooklyn started beefing, but he went with Rogue Nation, and he jumped ahead and posted all the videos like the same day that they recorded them in Rogue Nation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows he edits his stuff.
Me too.
So it was like he jumped ahead of him and posted the videos where he'd get the views, and then when it comes time to Rogue to post, you get what I'm saying? People's already seen what happened.
I always wonder about that when they go out in groups of 3 or 4, if they have some kind of agreement saying, "Hey, we're
agreement, yes.
That's all posted on the same day.
Yeah.
But then you see like how Easy said y'all go live. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I like to edit, throw the words in there, repeat what they say, do the slow motion like Eli. You know how shit. Yo, Eli need to bring back the shotgun though. That was a killer. He stopped that, but that was a killer.
No, I ain't heard of him.
Heard who? But yeah, then I reached out after I reached out to Cass. I reached out to GGA and Brooklyn because I already met these guys. So I met them. If y'all watched the lives and shit, I met them one by one, and after I met them one by one, we were all talking about like when Eli come out of jail. You know, we all linked up, and we was talking about the unity we should have with each other. And then
that's what I'm talking about, Trent. It was pre-Orange, and that's what I was saying. Pre-Orange, that's when GGA did the live stream, right? That's when they did the stream, because I told you I had a conversation with GGA in the background. I told him, I said he's coming to New York to act like he's y'all savior. I told GGA, and that's when he went and did the stream.
I don't need no Superman because you're not so stupid, man. Okay.
But now listen. I tell you like that, and I've done told this story one time. I was talking to Roe, right? I messaged you, Roe. Boom, boom, boom. I need you to do this. Come up here where I'm at. Blah blah blah. And he asked me, he was like, "Well, who's near you?" I said, "Well, there's a couple people near me." He said, "Ain't Jeff?" He said, "Don't Jeff live near you?" I was like, "Well, he's about 30, 45 minutes away." Roe didn't come up here by himself. He come up here and he got up with Jeff before he came here. And him and Jeff came out. You get what I'm saying? He didn't come in here and take over. You get what I'm saying? And act like he was saving everybody in North Carolina. You get what I'm saying? He brought the dude that was here with him, and he made sure he did that. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, I mean, like I said, that's like your car's broke down and you know it's broke down and you plan on fixing it, but then you come home and there's another dude sitting up under your car working on it. Like, what the hell you doing, bro? This is my job. You get what I'm saying? That's my beef with it. And like I say, like I told Easy, I've been told you, ain't it Easy? He can prove me wrong. And I always said that he can prove me wrong. I mean, and I admit it. If he proves me wrong, I'll go to his page and say, "Hey, man, I said some things I shouldn't have said about you. I'm sorry. I apologize."
Yo, Ally, though, we talking about Ally, right?
Yeah.
All right. Ally was getting called out before like Trip said. Sam Marquis was calling him out like, "Why you don't go to New York? Why you don't go to UC? What happened to the guys in New York? Like, where you at? Why you always around?" They called him out on that. I don't know if y'all saw that, but on that note, he finally took the procedures to come to New York after most of the audits in New York was getting arrested for some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I say, you can't blame. I mean, I'm of that mind too. I can't blame him because he don't know y'all guys. He really don't. But see, that's my thing. Why don't he take the time to get to know y'all?
That's a fact. But we don't.
And then decide. Then decide whether he goes out with you.
We not gonna sit there and beg. No, nigga. If you want to come.
But that's what I'm saying. He ain't even made an effort to get the. Well, I take that back. He did do the thing in Staten Island. I take that back.
Yeah, that's the one thing I couldn't make that day. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I could have met him. But why I gotta go through that type of procedure instead of you hitting up my email and like, "Yo, come on, man. I'd like to meet you in person."
Yeah. That's my only beef. That's my, and we'll leave it at that. If he ends up reversing it and he ends up getting up with y'all guys, let me know. I go back and I put a whole video up where I do a whole retraction on everything I said. I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah. But you don't.
Because I mean, I want to see him do something good. That's the whole point of it. I do want to see good come out of it.
Oh yeah, he's a good auditor. Don't get me wrong. I'll still be on his shit. I'll still be watching.
He's very intelligent. You know what I'm saying? He's calm under pressure. Yeah.
Like I said, I peek in if it's good because I know his work.
I can't say nothing bad about his work. It ain't his work that I got a problem with. It's the extracurricular part of it.
Yeah, the actual the A1 support. That's what he's trying to say.
Well, like he's saying unity. I'm saying unity too. It's coming off in a different way because I can say this with all the Eli's rah, right? He's real aggressive. Kaz is real aggressive. Brooklyn had the orange situation, but what about GTA? What's wrong with him?
He too nice.
But I'm saying, ain't LIA nice? What's the problem with that? Why can't they get together?
I was supposed to link up. I was gonna link up with GGA today. Actually, he called me. He wanted to link up and see what he did. He reached out. He's like, "Yo, I'm in your neck of the woods. I'm on my block." And we was talking that shit last night. He's like,
"I said that. I said that true."
Oh. Well, I was gonna link up with him, but I told James, you already know I had to take a nap.
Right.
So
what's up? What's up, AR guy? R guy. Kaz got me calling him AR guy.
AR guy.
I said that. I said that. True. I changed your mind.
Brooklyn says he's going on live in 45 minutes. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right, we'll be ready for him. We'll be ready for him. Well, you might change my mind about LIA then, Trip. I say that. You might be the one to do that.
You might. He's a good guy. Don't get him wrong, man. And I could have met him when he had the thing, but anyway, like I said, GGA came over from last night. You know, facts but no facts. He's not from the hood, so I love that guy. I'm gonna stick with that one. About 15. What is it? Where's it at? Change your fast. Is it 15 cents? $15? 1,500? 15,000? We don't know.
1,500,000.
There you go, 1,500,000, baby. Stop playing with your boy, bro.
It was big money. Whatever it was big. It was a big number.
It was a big number. That's all I knew. That's all I remember. Fizz what? And I was like, oh shit. Good. I ain't actually not $1 from the nigga.
Nah, but yeah, Trent did kind of back me up there. He did make me take a step back on what I was thinking. But like I say, I got to see him reach out. That's my part. That's my part. And I got to see him. If I see him reach out, then I you know what? I'd be more happy. You know what I'm saying? I'd be more happy about it.
Right? Tommy V, you stupid. Yo, right. Like I'd rather see him right now out of everybody to link up with Eli right now. Start off with the people's guy. Because that guy, he got some knowledge on him too. You know what I'm trying to say? So knowledge, link up. Eli can be a good guy. Eli does static videos too. You know what I'm trying to say? He got common sense and he got some videos where he's not even yelling at all. He's just talking knowledge. You know, but when niggas try to violate him, that's when you try to violate, what you mean? You know, he does. That's Eli. But that's what he should.
Eli can harness his aggression and his aggressiveness. You know, when he needs to. That's a good idea.
Look at me. Look at me. Look the whole live. I know y'all see me. I was calm as shit, even to all the cops. Some of them did get aggressive, but if you saw the videos, I was calm as shit. I did not get aggressive. I mean, didn't get aggressive. Ugh, fuck.
Respect, Trey. I respect you too, bro. Respect.
Ooh.
But there's nice guys out there that I like, man. I mean, it ain't the fact that he's a nice guy. That ain't why I dislike him at all. This is a perfect public service. You ever watch him?
Oh yeah, he's from out here too. He's
good. He's super nice guy. I mean,
I like his style. It's actually it is aggressive, but a calm aggressive. If that's a thing.
Yeah, he don't raise his voice. He don't scream. He don't he curses, but he don't curse at the people.
No, the last he did at the Orlando City Hall, it was a good. He had a bunch of good like little one-liners, but he said something to that lady Cassandra. He said, "If you raise your voice, I'm gonna raise my voice," or something like that. But he was very firm, very assertive, like, slow your roll because I can do it too.
And then you got like Rice Krispie. Hey, Rice Krispie is a very nice guy.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a very nice guy. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it ain't the nice part. I don't know.
I mean,
like I say, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff he did that I really, really, really like. I really, really like. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, going front. I just don't like it.
Right, not to change the subject, but whatever happened to High Desert and California Guardian? Do you know?
Joe Cool was telling us something the other day, man, and I just really didn't grasp on exactly what he was saying. He was saying it was some kind of controversy that was not behind him not doing something, but it kind of made him fall back a little bit.
Okay. Maybe he
I
got
might
a
fall back for a little bit
deal.
until this case is done. I might just, stop streaming, stop chatting, stop video for a second. But I'm gonna talk to the fellas. I might fall back just for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
Take some me time and do what I gotta do.
That's cool.
Yeah. Tread said, oh, there it is. The biggest threat to the wanted community is the wanted community.
It is.
But that's with any sort of movement as well, But yeah, I mean, if we can just kind of avoid the drama with each other, then it's going to be successful. But you can't avoid drama, though.
Can't avoid drama because you gotta have a tough skin for this shit, baby. And if you can't take a feedback, then what are you doing? If you can't give feedback, you can't dish it out. You gotta take it, bro.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And that's for all auditors. If you can't dish it, you can't. What you dish and you can't take is a shame. Like, let them come at me. It's all right, whatever. I know somebody's gonna try to sideline me one day. I'm gonna dish it. I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, I remember Trent. You're right.
Yeah, I knew it was it. I knew he had said it was some kind of controversy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it was. To be honest with you, I heard that he had got.
Oh yeah, I heard about the auditor that called the police on himself, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Sean Little. Sean Little.
You do stuff like that, you got to accept the consequences too. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's why I was trying. I was telling that to Easy about about being in a group, man. It's all right to have a group of people, but don't consider yourself in a group.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
You're just friends hanging out.
You're still independent, but you can collab every now and then.
Collaboration.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. But that's still, at the end of the day, one video is gonna go to your channel, one video is gonna go to another channel. Right. And I don't mean it like to say, oh, you can't. No, y'all's friends at the end of the day. But what people use that is like I said, well, if one does something, then they're gonna blame all of. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
That's the.
And that's probably why he don't want to actually link. To be honest, that's probably why he. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the part that I understand. If that's what his reason is, I can understand that. If he'd just say that, I can understand it.
Man
that's
up.
My point about it.
If that's his problem, man up and say the reason why you don't want to work with us.
But you'd say, well, listen, I'm a family man. I don't go for this. I don't go for that. I don't like drinking. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Yes.
If he was to say that, and that would be his reason, I can't fault them reasons because them's absolutely reasons not to do it. Them's absolutely. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was anything. Or maybe supporters don't like certain people, so he feels maybe if he collabs with certain people that he might. Maybe not lose those because he's gonna
see now. That's a dub. I don't like that one because we're supposed to all be the same, right?
If I fight for the law, for the law and all that in a certain way, the way I do it, and they don't like it, they back out. I love my supporters, but what can I do? Oh, that's probably broken.
That's what I'm saying. That's a dub because we all supposed to be the same as far as like we send the 1A community. Everybody's the same. But like I said, if you got personal reasons like, hey, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be associated with this, or,
I
I
was thinking that too about his image.
Well, like you say, just say like this, like say he don't like smoking weed, and them guys are smoking weed. Why? I mean, I can understand him not wanting to be around it. You get what I'm saying? I can understand it.
Yeah.
Just like GGA. GGA's in recovery. He can say, hey, man, I really don't want to hang out with you guys because y'all's drinking and I don't feel comfortable. What could you say to that?
You know how many times I accidentally almost passed him a blunt when I shit, trying to pass him a blunt, and he's like, dude. I'm like, oh, shit, my fault. I forgot, bro. It's just, showing the love. Like, then I stopped for a little bit. I ain't gonna front. I've been stressing too much, so I relapsed recently. So, but I'm gonna get it back because I had a month and a half in, so I had a good time. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Scotty?
Hello.
Scotty up in
Tell
here.
us something, Scotty. Tell us something.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying listening. You know, at the very start, I had no idea about what Starvage was saying about this serial killing going on where he's out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did you look it up?
I'm gonna.
Yeah. It's there. It's there.
I know. I totally believe you, man. I've got no doubt that you're telling the absolute truth and nothing but the truth.
And it's like a lot of it. It's going to be different from what you'll see because I knew these people. That you're gonna get a news report of like somebody that never met them. I met these people.
Yeah, I heard you. I could hear it in your voice, man. It was personal, you know. Yeah.
Passionate.
And situations going on in town with yourselves, with BK and others, and there's this thing going on. It's very tragic, man, because as I said, the trolls love it and the cops love it. This is a game. They would love to see us crack,
Yeah.
and go against each other because it just plays right into their hands, and I totally respect Easy, no matter, I'm not going to go in. He knows, everyone knows, it doesn't matter. He didn't do anything wrong in my eyes, man. At all.
Appreciate it.
Not at all, man.
All right, I just who the hell is Mark Scott and Derek White? Anybody knows of Derek White?
No.
Isn't Derek White Triple knows? Works for plays for the Celtics.
Oh wow.
I think
Somebody-
right. Triple. Go ahead.
I just got 2 emails. But I just checked my emails. Mark Scott want to talk to me. I think that's the frauder that switched sides into a fucking.
Oh, okay. You got an email. Sorry.
Yeah, I got an email. He want to talk to me on the live stream. I don't know when.
I was going to say to you, Easy, because I sent you an email, about what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about this guy. It's not going to be for another 11 days until you maybe, give out this information. If you can just privately, I send it to my email so I can just look at him, and see. You understand?
Yeah. Put the link. Put the link in the private in the chat right now. Who could do that? Tommy V, you got that?
Which one? I'm sorry.
The one with Trick put up.
Yeah.
That one.
I think so.
Okay.
He was going to do it in like
Put it
11
up.
days or something.
Yeah, about Dr. Dave.
Yeah. Well, is it Dr. Dave? Okay. Like I say, I have no idea. I thought it would be interesting.
Yeah, that's the beer guy, Dr. Dave, professional beer something beer. I forgot his name.
Okay. I'll check it out.
All right, so Mark, the frauder who switched sides from a camera to a troll, he transformed.
Yeah.
He wanna talk to me tomorrow, May 23rd at 6 p.m.
Oh.
I can
He
just
wanna
tell
do a
you.
live-
I can tell you
I
from
tell me he had to do it on mine.
Right? Yeah, I don't gotta join
Tell him
his.
he's got to do it on yours. He can tell him he's free to record it and cast it on his, but he has to do it on yours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's exactly what I'm gonna write. That's exactly what I'm gonna write. I will get to that later, though. I'm not worried about it. Now, I'm just checking my emails because I always check them. So, you know what I'm saying? Then there's this other guy, Derek White. He said, hit my number up. I don't know who the hell you are. Then I got to know who you, nobody. I got to know who you really is. What's your YouTube?
Yeah, y'all was talking me into y'all was talking me into y'all's way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm thinking about it, so
So yeah,
don't think I don't listen to you guys. Don't think that I'm hard headed. I'm going to listen. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, I listen to it.
You think about it when he's sitting by himself and he runs through his head, or when he's pushing something, like, you know, doing some chores around the house, that shit just hit you. Bang. Think about it. Get it through. No, we're not gonna accept those though. We just right. We're gonna make sure he do that shit on my link. Fuck home.
You know, as easy knows, I'm not an auditor, but I try my best to help them. You know, or anyone that's involved in civil rights.
I'm so. Oh, that's the page that dropped. I got it saved though. It's all right. It's the page you sent me. I'm like, yo, what page I'm missing? I didn't drop when it was loading earlier, and it loaded up and it just blinked out. I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
Mohammed hacked my fucking computer.
But yeah, we all got stuff we can do, man. You ain't got to be an auditor. Just help, as long as you helping, man. And I see you help a lot.
I can only help Europe, you know. I can only help them in Europe because that's where I'm from. I can always give advice because I do know the Constitution very well. But I can only give advice, and it's always free.
So, like, for over there where you at, what you should do is like make a T-shirt of yourself, or get like hand out the flyers, whatever, and on your page you break down the law for them to learn it, and you know you show them I'm here to help you out. And
well, we are doing it. We do, but we're getting a lot of response, a little bit too much actually. You know, because I'm 59 years old. You know, I'm pretty close to retirement, so I only do 2 cases.
Yeah, but even though as you're doing 2 cases, you can still teach other people laws from here on. You know what I'm saying? Like you could teach some basic laws and this laws, and when shit get crazy.
I'm teaching it to children in Iceland as we talk.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah, there was a teacher out here recently. She tried to teach law in the school, and they fired her.
I know. That's same in Britain.
Texas, no doubt.
The government hates if a child knows, because that's what they gain on. You know, they go through steps. You know, 20 years old, 20 years. You know, kids being born. You know, and they love to pick on the youth because they don't have a clue. And that's where they make their money. You know, and I mean with the police. You know, I learned it very young, at 17 years old, man. Never been in trouble. Met a cop. He arrested me for talking back to him. You know,
the prison industrial complex is a thing. Definitely is a thing.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere, man. This is over 50 years ago, man. Nay, 40 plus.
What you was telling us the last time you got up and was talking, the same thing you was telling us. There was a dude got in Eli's live and was saying the same thing about the Magna Carta and the law being the same.
Yeah.
Shout out to the UK, right? What did he say?
Magna Carta is based on what you actually have, because it came over with the Brits, you know. Even though the British system are scum, they were scum. They own 3/4 of the world. You know, they created slavery. You know, and they try to hide it. And I know it. But you know, if you know Scottish history, we've always been a defender. Scotland's never been an attacker. You know, we've never attacked. We always defend. And that's why, through history, we've never gotten over England when they try to invade Scotland.
Well, I mean, and in a way, like during the Romans entry to the British Isles, y'all kind of was the rock that held them back, right?
Yeah, we did. They only got to Inverness. They came up at the top of Scotland,
right?
And then you got maybe 2000. They only got to Inverness, man, and we pushed them back, like we did with the English. You know, when they were coming over the
what was the little point? The Hadrian's Wall? Is that what it was called?
No, that was the English. You know, the funny thing is, Scotland didn't build that wall. England did, you know, because they were terrified of us. Because we were just, with no fucking mercy, man. Just keep out, you know. This is not your land.
Hey, I got a call. Hold up. I'll be back.
Look at Scottish history. It's very interesting. You know, I think so.
Hey, Scotty, do you still are you still practicing law, or are you teaching, or what about?
See, I'm a civil rights lawyer, but I'm 59 now.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, and that's why I only. But I'm all pro bono. If Easy shows you our webpage, it's all pro bono. We don't take money until the very end, and we'll never take money from, because we mostly work in civil cases. So they're because we normally work with the government and the council against them, and police civil rights violations. We'll never take their money. If they're owed, if the government owes them X and X amount of thousands, then they'll get exactly that X amount of thousands. What we do later is we sue them for our fees.
Okay.
So that the person that's, that they've been fucking around with and stealing from get what they deserve and more. So maybe it's, so maybe it's like $10,000. Well, we'll sue them for that $10,000. Plus, if we win the case, then we'll sue for them for compensation, and then we sue them afterwards for us.
Gotcha.
So it's for the people.
Right.
Because in Scotland, as I grew up, and saw, a defence lawyer, they didn't give a fuck about me, man. They were just thinking of money. They were all buddy. The same shit you're going through now in America.
It's like the good old boys system in America, but up there.
Exactly.
All right.
And then, they done it to me, and I started to learn, and I've been arrested quite a few times for police assault.
Oh, shit.
Because they kept arresting me for breaching the peace, because Scotland's the only one in the whole of the world, man, that a policeman can actually charge you with a breach of the peace. And we're talking now in the early 70s, in the late 70s, that's when I found it out. Thinking, what the fuck? Just because I would say no, you're coming with me. And they'd lock you up for the weekend, man. And you'd go up to court on Monday morning, and they'd throw you out, and you'd be charged with a breach, and then it would take maybe a year before you...
Sorry, somebody blasting music outside. I wasn't letting that go past. It was blasting it.
As I said, I know the score. And I look at you, in your own, in your 30s and 40s, and you've got knowledge of life, man. The system of life. Because you've been involved in it, and you've seen the corruption and the bullshit that the government does, depending on where you're from. They're all the fucking same.
So you're in Iceland, but you still fight for folks in Scotland, or?
Absolutely. I've got 3 cases of my own here, and I've already beaten 3. They don't like me or the system sometimes, but it's very different, though. They're non-violent,
Right.
But they try to pull me up and try to play games with me, and I just throw them apart, man.
Nice.
I just see.
Okay, let me ask you a question about something that I always wondered. Okay, the whole Scotland Yard thing, is that just a name, or has it got roots in Scotland?
No, it all began, during the 1900s with the peelers, and it was called Scotland Yard, but yet it's based in England.
Yeah, that's it's a name.
Exactly, a terminology.
Right.
Nothing more. I just think
I always wondered that.
The name
because they did what is that called, the investigative protocol or some
IPS.
Yeah, they invented that, right? That Scotland Yard invented that.
Yeah, and it's crooked as shit.
So that's why I enjoy, you know, different weird little different things, man. But it's stuff that always branches off to everything. Like I love New York, and the reason I love New York is the way New York goes, the rest of the United States goes. If something happens in New York, eventually it's gonna make its way into the back country of New Mexico, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's I like stuff like that. I like to find
doing this. Look, there you go.
Yeah, I like to find the root of something and then follow it, follow it to where I am.
Bobby, you can show you when Scotland Yard was established, you know. And it's just a farce. I reckon they need the new Scotland Yard because we kept kicking their arses, man, over many, many years and many battles. Yeah.
There was another thing I wanted to ask you about dealing with like English law. What is that process that it's called? It's named after the guy that came up with it, but it's like where no matter how the cops show up, like it's always the man's fault. What is that called? Do you know? I know it was invented in England and it made its way over here.
You see, that terminology again would be what you would call disorderly conduct, but we call it breach of the peace.
No, I'm talking about like say a cop comes up and it's a domestic disturbance.
Yeah.
And he automatically just locks up the guy without even asking any questions. There's some type of process, and it's named after the guy that invented it, but it's a way of practicing law, and even cops here, it's even in their it's in their manual.
Yeah.
I forget what the name of it is. I had to look that up.
Yeah. I don't have to think. I do know it, and I know exactly where you're coming from.
Like no matter what happens, the cop comes and nobody's got a scar or nothing, but the man has to go to jail.
Domestic violence is one of the things that they'll use. You know, if a woman calls on a man,
right,
they'll just come there and they'll arrest them right away.
Well, like the situation that happened with Easy, that's why I was linking it to, because there's a system of law that the man is always wrong when it's a man and a woman situation. And like I said, it was originated in England, but I can't think of the exact name of it right off the top of my head.
Guys, love and respect. Thank you for having me up here, James. I gotta go. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody.
I'm not gonna be up too much longer. I'm gonna jump off on Brooklyn whenever he goes live.
I think that shit already started, but I gotta go because I gotta make another move fast. So I'll be back.
All right.
But do you know something, Savage? But then these things, be it domestic, they'll always use a different terminology to you. You know, depending on the cop that comes to that door.
Right.
They will use, they'll use different terminologies, right? Just like you said, we got a call. And it's a very old saying. It isn't very said very often anymore. But I do know where you're coming from.
I had to do my research on it. It's like it's not a law; it's a system of it's the systematic way that you go about law.
And they'll use it within domestic violence, zero tolerance.
Domestic violence, family courts, child custody, all of them things.
They'll do it against people that drink drive. They'll do it against people that take drugs. They put on a zero tolerance mode, and it just gives them full carte blanche, man, to just strike any cunt, man.
Right, and it has a place inside of sentencing. Like a man, a man's automatically going to get a stiffer sentence than a woman will.
Oh yeah, it's completely different.
So it goes. It's a through line through the law, and it bugs me that I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but it's named after whoever the guy is that wrote down this stuff in a book, and they base laws off of his books. But I know it originated in England, right?
But you see, I'm from Scotland, and again, you
Yeah.
have to understand Scottish law and English law are two different things. We've got two different laws. They're similar but not the same. Just like in America, if you go state to state or whatever, it can slightly change. You know, that's what I was saying about a breach of the peace or disorderly conduct. In Scotland, a policeman can charge you with it. He can. In England, in America, it's no way. You know, they don't use it very often now, but they were in my youth through the late 70s and 80s, and you know, and they're throwing charges at you, and you know, and now you've got a criminal background, you know.
So let me ask you another question. The rest of the British Isles, right? What took it so long for them to be incorporated into Britain? I never figured that one out neither. Like, what took them so long to do that?
Well, the thing is, it's still fractured because you know you've got Northern Ireland, Ireland, Wales, England, and Scotland. But it's still fractured because Northern Ireland is in place, has its own law.
Yeah, the IRA and all that.
Then you're talking 70s, 80s. But people forget the IRA and this conflict was going on well before that in the early 19th century.
Well, that was religion, right? This is the religion battle, right?
They try to use it. The Catholics and the Protestants.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a game changer for them, you know. And sadly, the British got involved, you know. And there were Scots over there. I was there, but that was horrible. It was tragic. It was deeply tragic.
That's a wild thing that's going on now with the immigrants, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. Again, it's the same, and they're just taking on too many, and it just gets. It's a system, and they're playing it, you know. The government love poverty. They thrive in it. It's like COVID. They thrived in it, man, because they had control.
Oh yeah, well you know that they modified part of our constitution because of COVID. Because I was telling the guys before, I don't know if you heard that story, but I was in jail for 8 months, and I was waiting a trial. And I petitioned for a speedy trial because I knew they had no evidence on me, and they denied my speedy trial. That's in the Constitution that I got a right to a speedy trial.
Correct. And like Tommy wrote there, the Union Jack. The thing is, that's a sailing term, you know, because if you go back into the 17th, 18th, 19th century, Britain itself, and it was never united, but it's made a Union Jack. But it was not governed by the sea. That's
why I was asking you before about like the maritime law. That's rooted in our traffic laws.
Correct. I could not have said it better, my friend. Exactly, maritime law.
Because we got a gilded flag. When you go into a courthouse in America, every flag's got a gilded edge. That's an admiralic flag. That's a mercantile.
And Scotland's
mercantile flag.
Scotland's got 2 flags. The one you're looking at is Saltaire, which is their own. And then there's the other one, the lion, not the English lion, the standing lion.
Right.
Yellow, blue, and red.
Yeah, another one you're talking about.
Oh yeah. This is my favourite because it's ours and ours alone. There's no part of anybody in Scotland, you know.
Right. So Brooklyn.
Anyways,
I'm looking to see if Brooklyn haven't went live yet. No, we ain't went live yet, so we're still good for a little while. We can talk some more.
Northern Ireland is part of the UK. It is not part of. They have separate government completely from. Northern Ireland do. We're talking Eire, you know.
Yeah.
Ireland itself.
What's all like the little islands? What's that called up there at the north? What's all them little islands called?
Shetlands and Orkneys.
Shetland. Right.
Oh, they're pretty remote. I've been up there, man. Woo. I used to work in the oil industry, and if I was flying up to Norway, we would stop there, either in Orkney or Shetlands. Pretty remote, man. Beautiful people.
Yeah, that's where they got the little ponies, right?
Oh yeah. They actually trade ponies with Iceland because Iceland's big into horses. You know, certain size of horse. You know.
But shit, them people's almost 100% Viking, though, right? Because.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, it's pure. Man. Oh yeah. They really are.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of history and studying on that.
Dude, it makes me feel good because I love history. You know, since I was a child. And
I like to actually talk to a human being because you know when I'm doing the history, I'm reading or watching a video, and I can't ask the person that's there. You know what I'm saying? Because just like we're looking at this Wikipedia, some of that stuff's wrong, right? So I like to know the real story.
Yeah. See, I think Tommy V loves Scotland. And yeah, Aberdeen is not the second largest country, actually.
Okay.
It's the third largest in Scotland, because Glasgow is first, then Edinburgh, then Aberdeen. And Aberdeen in the 12th century was actually the capital of Scotland. And then it changed, and then it was Edinburgh. Again, because they were on the coast, and then they found that Glasgow would be much safer because it was centralised for we live on coasts. So Edinburgh's on a coast, Aberdeen's on a coast. So they made Glasgow the capital because it's far more harder to get to if invaded.
And then when these guys, when you look at the names and stuff inside of New York City, you got to trace them back to
exactly
the British Empire, because like York, they renamed New York. It was New Amsterdam at one point in time until they got taken over.
The Dutch, because the Dutch owned, you know, during the sailing wars, as we say. Yeah, because they had the franchise. You know,
and everything was south of Wall Street. Wall Street was a wall. Yeah. That's like Stuyvesant. Everything around there named after Stuyvesant. He was the last holdout from the Dutch, Peter Stuyvesant.
Yeah. I think it was India was the name of the Dutch fleet. You know.
Well, they you know they had like they had the weird little dual fleet that belonged really to nobody, right? That was what the Dutch India Company, and then
Dutch India, exactly. You're right. I said it, Dutch India. I missed the Dutch bit exactly. And but most of them are pirates.
Well, they almost everybody that led different brigades ended up becoming pirates. Yeah. Well, a lot of them ended up off the coast of where I live, North Carolina. A lot of them, Blackbeard and all them guys.
Yeah, they go legal, then illegal. You know, as long as they give a portion of the cash to Britain, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, well, as long as they wasn't robbing British ships, they could rob everybody else's ships with theirs.
There you go, mate. You're okay. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
And I spell that out to people all the time, but a lot of people don't listen. This opioid crisis we got going on right now, it's revenge. It's China's revenge on us. Well, it's China's revenge on the British Empire for getting them hooked on opioids.
Because
at one point in time when they were trading tea, China didn't need anything from Britain. They had everything. So they made the edict where if they came to get tea, they had to trade gold with them to get tea. And then the gold reserves got low, and they had to figure out something that they could trade besides gold to get the teeth. So when they were bringing in a boat, they were bringing a boat with opium on it, trade the opium for gold, and then buy the teeth.
Yeah.
So that's been almost 400 years in the making that they got this revenge plotted against us.
It's the same with the potato, you know, when it came over back into Britain, and that was worth more than gold at one time, you know.
Right.
Yo. You know.
Yeah.
But that's what bothers me when they say Britain, you know. Because Scotland never had a fleet. We've never, you know, we've been sailors, but we've never actually had our own fleet, you know.
Now that was part of the colonialism, though, right?
Well, that was they say the British, but it wasn't. It was the English, you know. It's like in the Olympics and stuff, right? If a Scotsman loses, he's Scottish, but if he wins, he's British. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand it. I understand it totally.
Oh yeah, the British man, yeah. Fuck off, man.
Cause I know the Iroquois Nation, which is up there in New York, they at one point in time they had their own lacrosse team, and they would kick the United States team's ass, but they wouldn't allow them to compete up under that nation name. They had to compete with the United States, so they just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
I was in at one point in time I had long hair. I've cut my hair since then, but I was in a movie. It never made it to the theaters. It was called The Stick, and I was in that movie with a couple of them guys. A couple of them guys were in. Well, they actually choreographed a lot of the movie, like as far as the playing of lacrosse. And I think the story was too complicated for, you know, to put out there to an audience. It was like pre-Columbus, how some beefs was settled through lacrosse by Indians before Columbus made it here. And it was like, you know, maybe 50 years before Columbus was when the stage was set. But it never made it to the theaters. I guess they shelved that movie.
Maybe
what year was that, James? The movie, roughly.
Like 90, 98, 99, maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Did it go straight to DVD or?
No. To my knowledge, they never did anything with it.
Okay. All right, Scotty and James, I'm gonna drop off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was about to wrap it up.
Me too as well. You guys, it's been a pleasure. Word up. Fuck you, listen to my dribble. Now, honestly, Savage, take care, man. Wish you nothing but the best. And I know I'll see you around on channels. So.
Oh yeah. You'll probably see me over there, bro.
Yeah.
When it goes on.
I'm not there anyway, so. You know.
Yeah.
A long time. You know, as I say, I told the guy, you know, that shit happened, man. Fucking hell, it's went way too far. Way too far.
Yeah.
I just sit here and go, what the fuck? But you see, as I said, take care, Fripple, everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate you, and that's a fact. Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
You too, man.
Appreciate it, everybody. Appreciate it, chat coming through.
I enjoyed your chat as well. I really did.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Take care.